Wars and conflicts between the territories of the ancient Chinese Empire. The ancient Chinese Empire was a vast and complex entity, comprising various regions and kingdoms. Throughout its long history, conflicts and wars between these territories were common occurrences. These battles and conflicts not only shaped the territorial boundaries of the empire but also influenced its political, cultural, and social development. Warring States period, 475 to 221 BC. The Warring States period was marked by intense rivalries and conflicts among several powerful states in ancient China. The states of Qin, Wei, Chu, Qi, Yan, Han, Zhao, and Wei vied for supremacy, leading to constant warfare and political maneuvering. This period witnessed the rise of military strategists like Sun Tzu, who wrote The Art of War, which outlined strategies and tactics that would have a profound impact on warfare for centuries to come. Unification by Qin Dynasty 221 to 206 BC. The state of Qin emerged victorious from the Warring States period and succeeded in unifying China under the rule of Emperor Qin Shi Huang. This unification was achieved through military conquests and the implementation of centralizing policies. The construction of the Great Wall of China and the standardization of various aspects of governance were some of the key achievements during this period. Han-Xiongnu Wars, 133 BC to 89 AD. The Han-Xiongnu Wars were a series of conflicts between the Han Dynasty of China and the Xiongnu, a nomadic confederation inhabiting the northern border. These wars, spanning several centuries, were characterized by border skirmishes, raids, and large-scale military campaigns. The Han Dynasty employed a combination of military force, diplomacy, and alliances to deal with the Xiongnu threat. Three Kingdoms period, 220 to 280 AD. The Three Kingdoms period emerged following the collapse of the Han Dynasty. Three major states, namely Wei, Shu, and Wu, engaged in a protracted struggle for control, leading to a series of wars and battles. The period saw the rise of renowned military commanders such as Cao Cao, Liu Bei, and Sun Quan, whose exploits were later romanticized in the classic novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Enlushan Rebellion, 755 to 763 AD. The Enlushan Rebellion was a major uprising against the Tang dynasty, led by the rebel general Enlushan. The rebellion resulted in widespread violence, destruction, and loss of life, severely destabilizing the empire. The Tang dynasty, after years of struggle, managed to suppress the rebellion, but the conflict left a lasting impact on the political and social fabric of China. Mongol invasions, 1206 to 1368 AD. The Mongol invasions, led by Genghis Khan and later his successors, brought widespread devastation to the Chinese Empire. The Mongols conquered various Chinese dynasties, including the Jin, Western Xia, and Southern Song. These invasions had profound consequences for Chinese society, culture, and governance, as the Mongol Yuan dynasty was established, ruling over China for nearly a century. Ming-Qing transition and Manchu invasions, 1618 to 1683 E. The transition from the Ming dynasty to the Qing dynasty witnessed clashes between the Chinese Ming loyalists and the invading forces of the Manchu-led Qing dynasty. These conflicts, known as the Ming-Qing transition and the Manchu invasions, resulted in a significant loss of life and cultural upheaval. The Qing dynasty eventually emerged victorious, ruling over China until the early 20th century. Yellow Turban Rebellion, 184 to 205 AD. The Yellow Turban Rebellion was a large-scale uprising against the Eastern Han dynasty. Led by the Taoist sect known as the Way of Peace, the rebellion was fueled by social unrest, economic hardship, and dissatisfaction with the government. The rebellion spread across multiple provinces, resulting in significant casualties and widespread chaos. The Han Dynasty faced a significant challenge in suppressing the rebellion and restoring stability to the empire. Sui-Tang Wars, 610–763 AD. The Sui-Tang Wars were a series of conflicts between the Sui and Tang dynasties. The Sui dynasty sought to reunify China after centuries of division, leading to military campaigns against various rival states. These wars ultimately resulted in the establishment of the Tang dynasty, which would go on to become one of China's most prosperous and influential dynasties. Jurchen invasions and the fall of the Northern Song dynasty, 1125–1234 AD. The Jurchen invasions, led by the Jin dynasty, posed a significant threat to the Northern Song dynasty. The Jurchens successfully captured the Northern Song capital, Kaifeng, in 1127, leading to the fall of the dynasty. This event marked a turning point in Chinese history, as the Southern Song dynasty emerged in the south, while the Jin dynasty controlled the north. Red Eyebrows Rebellion, 9–23 AD. The Red Eyebrows Rebellion was a peasant uprising during the Eastern Han dynasty. The rebellion was fueled by grievances over corruption, excessive taxation, and social inequality. The rebels, known for the red headbands they wore, challenged the authority of the Han dynasty and sought to bring about social reforms. Although the rebellion was ultimately suppressed, it highlighted the deep-seated social tensions within the empire. Battle of Talas, 751 AD. The Battle of Talas was a significant military engagement between the Tang dynasty and the Abbasid Caliphate. Fought in the Talas River Valley, the battle was a result of the Tang dynasty's expansionist ambitions into Central Asia. The Abbasid forces, aided by a contingent of Karluk Turks, emerged victorious, marking a turning point in the balance of power between the Tang dynasty and the Islamic world. Battle of Red Cliffs, 208 AD. The Battle of Red Cliffs was a pivotal conflict during the Three Kingdoms period. It took place near the Yangtze River and involved the allied forces of Liu Bei and Sun Quan against the numerically superior army of Cao Cao. Through strategic maneuvers and the clever use of fire, the allied forces successfully repelled Cao Cao's invasion, ensuring the survival of their respective kingdoms. Rebellion of the Seven States, 154–146 BC. The Rebellion of the Seven States was a rebellion against the rule of the Western Han dynasty. Seven regional kingdoms, dissatisfied with the centralized power of the Han dynasty, formed a coalition to challenge its authority. The rebellion was eventually crushed by the Han dynasty, solidifying its control over the empire. Conquest of the South, 742–589 BC. The conquest of the South refers to a series of military campaigns by the state of Qin to expand its territory southward. These conquests aimed to bring the southern regions of China under Qin control. The campaigns were marked by fierce resistance from the southern states, resulting in prolonged conflicts and power shifts in the region. Rebellion of the Three Feudatories, 1673–1681 AD. The Rebellion of the Three Feudatories was a large-scale rebellion against the Qing dynasty led by three powerful feudal lords, Wu Songui, Shang Kexi, and Gang Jimao. These feudatories had been granted significant autonomy by the Qing dynasty in exchange for their support during the conquest of the Ming dynasty. However, they eventually rebelled against Qing rule, seeking to establish their own independent states. The rebellion was eventually suppressed by the Qing forces, solidifying their control over China. Taiping Rebellion, 1850 to 1864 AD. The Taiping Rebellion was one of the deadliest conflicts in Chinese history. Led by Hong Xiuquan, a charismatic and self-proclaimed messiah, the rebellion aimed to overthrow the Qing dynasty and establish a utopian society based on Christian-inspired principles.